The Better Dancer mentality was an idea that I created to help dancers change the way that they think about themselves, and it challenges them to imagine themselves as active participants in their training.
It's a mind game when you're in the studio, how you're going to dance that day, how you're going to go out on stage and perform, how you're going to compete. If your brain isn't in it, if your mind isn't under control and trained, you won't dance your best.
Traditional old school mentality is that dancers are, they're taught to be obedient, very quiet, to kind of wait for information to come to them, not to take a very active approach to their dancing.
Are you preparing your mind for class the way you prepare your body?
In the past, ballet dancers didn't get married, they didn't have children during their careers, they didn't continue their education because it just wasn't part of the training model. And today's dancers do.
Being psychologically resilient just means that you have tools to manage when that information comes to you, whether you're creating it for yourself or someone is giving it to you from the outside, that you don't crumble under that criticism.
Being a professional dancer today is quite different from what it was traditionally. And in my mind, that requires new tools, new ways of thinking about yourself as a dancer that are just a little different.
And that's being psychologically resilient. Understanding the difference between what's relevant to you and how you can use it, and letting go of the emotional stuff that just might not be very productive for you in the end.
It's an invitation to change internally the way that they think about themselves.
But you have to be able to take feedback, and you have to be able to separate the constructive from the destructive. Absolutely.
Go into class with a set of goals and a set of objectives that I'm going to work on. And what that does is, it sounds very subtle, but in fact, it builds a sense of confidence and a sense of self in each individual dancer that serves them really well.
And ultimately, it comes down to, you have to love the process of dancing. You have to want to take class every day. You have to enjoy bar and center. You have to like the process of learning. And that's the love. It can't be, I want to be the gold medalist. I want to be chosen for this role because I think I should be. There's no such thing as I should be chosen or I should be granted this. It doesn't exist in dance. I coach my dancers to learn how to create a blueprint, a vision for where they want to be, and all the little benchmarks that are going to help them get themselves there. And that way, even though someone else might be getting something else, or you got rejected from something that you wanted, if you're moving forward all the time and meeting the goals and benchmarks that you've set for yourself, then you have a kind of momentum in your own success. Your goals have to be things you can control. So you can't set a goal to get into ABT because you don't get to make that decision.
Because other people control that goal.
Other people control that goal. You can make a goal that I am going to be able to take an audition without freaking out, without shaking, without staring at everybody else around me. And when you do the ABT audition and you feel that you've met all of your personal goals, then whether you get in or not is out of your hands. And there's something so freeing about that for my dancers. Learning how to calm your mental noise. A lot of people, especially during slow combinations, they kind of start thinking about other things. Visualization is very important when dancers are learning new choreography or new steps. It's important to be able to see yourself doing something before you can actually accomplish it. And that also builds a sense of confidence that you can do it. A lot of dancers say, there's no way I can do that double tour. Well, if you've never imagined yourself doing it, then it's easy to see how you might not be able to do it. So I have them visualize their own successes, even little successes, like with steps and things.
All my dancers that use the Better Dancer mentality, that try to shift their ways of thinking, they have better results. They're happier in the studio. They're more independent too in terms of their ways of thinking. I can actually continue to progress and do well, even if today I didn't get a correction, right? That doesn't mean my class is over, my career is over. They're like, okay, that's fine. I know what I need to work on. And that's a very empowering place to be.